Alright, so, with the Osmone plains complete, we are here in the Garik village, and let's talk to Smoogle. Would you like to buy a map, Kupo? I would, actually. A fine purchase, Kupo! You won't regret it. Moogle's honor! There we go. I got a map for this area.
Who are you? This is Gareth land. No place for human children to play at games. They are wayfarers. They bring no harm. I saw them cross the Osmond plain. They are warriors of great distinct. The fiends of the plains troubled them not at all. You ventured upon the plains alone? War Chief, again? What business do you have with the Gareth?
Let them pass. The responsibility will be mine. If this is your wish, War Chief, then you may pass. These days see many humans wandering through our lands. They're basically XII, with much larger horns. Ah! I have not made introductions. I am Supinello, War Chief of this village. We Gareth have been friends to all since long ago. However, lately the human world is in much turmoil. We must protect our village and our people. As War Chief and protector of our village, I ask you, why have you come to this land? I see. So you too have come to ask us about the Nethicite. You must speak with the elders. Though our masks may be difficult for you to tell us apart, walk through the village and look with your eyes, listen with your ears.
What is this? Another human visitor to our land? This is most unusual. Have you too come to speak with our elder chieftains?
These two, yes, fighting it out.
Oh, what is this? More humans come to visit us. A little bigger this time, but no matter. You need not tell me anything. I know you have come to our village to learn of the stones, the Nethicite. We Gareth have knowledge of this, passed down from father to son, mother to daughter. Some of it remains, some of it has been lost to history's sands. I know nothing of the stones. You must speak with the great chief. He alone holds the deep knowledge of these things. He alone remembers all the tellings. Cross the bridge to the north, and there you will find him. There are watches at the bridge, so I think it best to check with War Chief Supinello. May I ask you a favor? Give this to War Chief Supinello from me.
You obtained Jayastek.
There's no rush. When you next happen to meet him, you may give it to him then. May you find all the answers you seek.
Welcome back, Wintrig. Geomancer Yugolo.
Sitting here on the earth, one comes to see many things. The great flow of the world. Even the flow of man's strength. And thoughts.
What about here? Do you guys sell anything over here?
Ah, you are the human the war chief has spoken of. You have crossed the plains to learn of the stones, yes? I believe the elders can tell you much. You seem a great warrior, but it is best you avoid certain caverns. There are many fell creatures there, and of late, worse. A fiend with strange powers has been seen. Perhaps this is why the other creatures there have grown yet more violent.
Ah yes, that fiend is something I'm gonna have to fight eventually. You're the humans our war chief saw on the plains. Welcome to our village, protected by the clear flow of the Sogat. I am Supinello's brother, Kadalu. I worry, for Supinello often goes to the plains alone. Why, when the others surely wish to train with him? He is stubborn this way. Your pardon, I spoke of a personal matter. Please forget it. You have business with the elders, yes? On you go.
You ask about Nethicite, yet I know nothing of this stone, so I can teach you nothing. You would do well to speak with the Great Chief. Go north from here and you will reach a bridge. The Great Chief may be found beyond. Alright, let's continue to explore this village. The green creatures you see in my enclosure are nanas. The best livestock in all Evilise. No part of the nana goes to waste. Meat, hide, and bones all have their uses. They are strong against drought and cold, and oh yes, easily herded. Odd. Nethicite. Perhaps the Great Chief knows something. He is across the bridge to the north. It'd be best to speak with the War Chief before attempting to cross. His warriors guarding the bridge are his.
Greetings, you are a traveler, yes. Our village is not like a human village, but you are welcome to find what comfort here you may.
Hey, a shop.
Do you need anything? Please take your time, for the world has much of it for the taking. Interesting. Well, first I'm going to take all your money by selling you things. I don't need any of this stuff. As long as I don't sell my teleport stones anyway. Suppose I should have hit up again. There we go. Got a lot of stuff to sell apparently. Okay. Oh, no, I need to keep that. New bazaar goods are now available. A light spear. A capella. I don't need any of this stuff. Have you heard of the monographs? Merely bearing one of these on your person aids you in the retrieval of objects from foes you defeat. There are different monographs for different persuasions of adventure. As a merchant, I would love one, if I only knew where it might be found. There is a wood to the southeast of here. The mist is uncommonly thick. Even its flowers are perilous to man. If you would pass through the woods, be wary of places where the mist runs thickest. Many people come to our village of late. Perhaps the road to Giza is open? Once again, we can bring medicinal herbs and the fine cheese of the Nana to the people of the Giza. When the rains have lifted, I will do this. That which you carry, is it a Jaya stick? The High Chief has given this to me? I shall receive it. I thank you for bringing it to me. Now, did you learn what you wished? No, do not tell me. It is written clear upon your face. So, even the High Chief could not help. Then you must meet with the Great Chief. I will meet this Great Chief. Yes, it is true. The Great Chief may know something that would aid you, yet arranging an audience may be quite difficult. I must learn more about the Nethicite. I cannot turn back now. Please, tell your Great Chief that I am of the royal line of Dalmasca, a direct descendant of the Dynast King Wraithwall. If the Garik have passed down knowledge of the stones, they must know the Nethicite that the Dynast King once held. Do you have proof of your heritage? I do not. I have looked into your eyes and seen that you speak the truth, human child. I give you my trust. The Great Chief is ahead, across the bridge. If the War Chief has given you his trust, so shall I. Go meet with the Great Chief. Hello, Matrix. Let's go explore this guy's area first. There is a rich magicite vein near this village, did you know? It is an important and very holy place to us. Yet in recent years, humans have spoiled the land. They use machines to mine more and more of the stones. They steal power from the earth at their own peril. For but the earth will surely take it back. Ah, the Hume child. It is unusual for you to come here to visit us here on our knoll. Have you come to speak with the great chief? He is in the meeting place before the bridge. You will know it by the guards standing at the entrance. Yeah, I figured. I'm just, gonna come chat with these people. You know what? I sold all those things and forgot to buy anything. Oh, a Hume child! This is most unusual. You seem quite burly for one so young. We are old here, and you may have find our village lacks the excitement you crave, but sometimes it is better to move slowly. Give me a second, I'm gonna go back to that peasant Netaku? I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna talk to these people and then I'm gonna go back to that vendor and buy stuff. Ah, Hume child, I'm surprised to see you here. This hill is called the Elder Knoll. Here does the great chief hold council with the other elders. We Garik welcome outsiders to our village, but few are they who are allowed here. You must be on important business indeed. The great chief is ahead. Will you meet with him? Alright.
This nethicite. You have used it.
It was not I who used it. Indeed, I had hoped you could show me how. Thus I've come.
You do not know the workings of the stone. Then we are no different.
What?
In ages past, the gods made a gift of nethicite to my people. But the manner of its use eluded us. Displeased by our failure, the gods took back their stones. They chose instead to give them to a Hume king. Called the Dynast King, he used the nethicite's power to bring peace to a troubled time. It is a curious thing. Though the blood of King Wraithwolf flow through your veins, you cannot wield nethicite.
Cannot wield it? So then, am I to understand you can't tell me how to use the stone?
Though it shame me so to admit, here before me stands a descendant of the Dynast King himself, and I can accord her no help at all. Still, even if you knew how to use the nethicite, you would find it of small avail. The mist collected in the stone over ages past is lost, and with it, the stone's power. It will be your posterity who wield the stone in ages yet to come. This stone is devoid of power, empty, yet full of thirst. A terrible longing to drink the world dry. The power of men and of magic, of good and of evil. It is often those who desire nethicite whom the nethicite itself desires.
Larsa? To Baromi says.
I say we ought leave tomorrow. I was going to wait for my escort to return, but meeting you here has presented a great opportunity. This terrible war can be stopped, but I will need your help to do so.
A war?
You know the Marquis Ondor leads a group of insurgents. Your pardon. He leads a large resistance force against the Empire. Lady Ash, neither of our countries can afford this now. The Rosarian Empire would stir. They would aid the resistance and use this aid as a pretext to declare war on Arcadia, and Arcadia would have no choice but to answer. Lady Ash, let us go to Ber Omases. With the blessing of His Grace, the Grand Kiltius Anastasis, you may rightly wear your crown and declare the restoration of the Kingdom of Dalmasca. As Queen, you can call for peace between the Empire and Dalmasca and stop Marquis Ondor.
For peace? How dare you say that? The Empire attacked us, stole all we hold dear, and you would have me save them from war?
Dalmasca would be the battlefield. What if Nethicite were used on Rabanasta? You know my brother would do this. Forgive me. I presumed overmuch. I could think of no other way to avoid bloodshed. If you cannot trust me, then please, take me as your hostage.
Rustler.
You saw him, didn't you? Like at the King's tomb.
So you did see him too. But why?
It's strange. Before, I didn't even know what you looked like. And the prince? I barely knew there was a prince. Who knows? Maybe the person I saw was my brother.
Bosch told me about him.
He enlisted right at the end. But for what? He knew he couldn't win.
To protect something.
How can he protect anything when he's dead? Was it different for Prince Rastler? Did that make sense? Hating the Empire, getting revenge, it's all I ever thought about. But I never did anything about it. I mean, I realized there was nothing I could do. It made me feel hollow, alone. And then, I'd miss my brother. I'd say stuff like, I'm gonna be a sky pirate, or some other stupid thing. Just anything to keep my mind off it. I was running away. I needed to get away from his death. That's why I followed you. You know what? I'm through with it. I'm through running. I'm ready to find my purpose. To find some real answers. Some reasons. If I stick with you, I think I will.
I wish I knew.
I'll find him.
I will accompany you to Mount Baromises.
I had hoped you'd say yes. I'm glad.
My heart is not set. I still have questions. I hope to find answers along the way.
I had other reason to invite you. There is someone I'd like you to meet, waiting on Ber Omases.
Who is that?
An enemy, and an ally also. You will just have to wait and see for yourself.
That Larsa likes his secrets.
He does not mean ill by it.
He's not bad. At least for an Imperial.
Holy Mount Bur-Omi-Sais stands at the northern end of the Jagd Remuda. Once we're in Jagd, we need not fear pursuit by their airships.
Don't get your hopes up. You remember the Leviathan sailed straight over the Jagd right up to Wraithel's tomb. Skystone that works even in Jagd. You know, Nethersight's behind it. Little wonder they're so keen on the stuff.
And what is it you're after, Balthier? You're a welcome hand and a great aid, but why?
Worried I'm out to steal the Nethersight, eh? Can't say I'm unaccustomed to people doubting my intentions. Nothing could be further from my mind. Shall I swear by your sword or some such?
Apologies, but I needed to know where you stand. Her Majesty depends on you, and you seem to have an interest in the stone.
I'm only here to see how the story unfolds. Any self-respecting leading man would do the same.
Larsa joins the party as a guest. So, you will leave. Take this as a token of our parting. A recurve crossbow and some onion bolts. If you would ride a chocobo, you may. I have spoken with the Moogle. She will not charge you for your first use of the chocobos. Take care on the road ahead. Should it lead you back to our land, you are a welcome guest. Spirit of the land watch over you. That is true. All of them. Do you need anything? Please, take your time, for the world has much fit for the taking. Alright. No one can use that. That is better than what I'm using. Alright. Need one of those. Sure, we'll use an iron pole. Nope, nope. A miter, yeah, new weapon for Yvonne. We're in the area of stuff I already have. Okay. Green beret, survival vest, feather cap, travel vestment, still bad worse. Ice shield. That's about the same as what I have, but it reduces ice damage. So I'm actually gonna get one of those. There we go. Alright. There we go. And I only need 2 of these. Actually, Matrix, the same person has been voicing Goku in the Japanese version for a very long time. She actually pushed for Dragon Ball Super to be developed because she was so excited to voice the character again. At least that's what I read. Alright, let's ride a chocobo. I haven't ridden one yet. Hello, Gertie. I heard from the War Chief you ride for free. The offer's only good once, though. Well, care for a chocobo ride? What's that? You've not ridden a chocobo? Not to worry. Just be mindful that you've a limited amount of time for your ride, Kupo. Off you go now. Quite a treat watching the world fly by from the perch of your saddle. Yeah, she's a huge fan of DBZ. It might be because she voices the main character, but who knows. Okay, so anyway, we have to head to Mount Burrow. I have no idea how to get there. My guess is it's way over here on that entrance right there. Should be in Eastern Kurwan. I don't know what Kurwan is. No chocobos. Yeah. Don't get me wrong though, I do like the English voice actor they got for Goku as well. I think that leads to a dead end. Yeah. Don't really need to go down there. Okay, let's see here. There's black chocobos. Don't want to fight those. There's Zagnals. Let's go this way.
I guess this one was a success.
Wow, I'm impressed, Vaughn.
An alliance between Dalmasca and the Empire.
Reason tells me 'tis the only course. We must avoid a wasting war with the Empire at all cost. Yet I fear I could not bear the shame, had I but the strength.
A shame perhaps for me and for you. But for Dalmasca it is hope.
And you can just accept this, can you?
After Vane's ruse, I had abandoned hope for honor. Yet never did I forget my knightly vows. If I could protect but one person from war's horror, then I would bear any shame. I would bear it proudly. I could not defend my home. What is shame to me?
My people hate the Empire. They will not accept this.
There is hope.
Right?
Don't encourage
Hope for
him.
a future where we can
Not
join
that bad,
hands
am
I got
as
a good
brothers.
feeling.
Larson, please. This is serious.
That's right, somebody has to tell Vaughn off.
The Senate may play at intrigue, but Lord Vane is not one to be brought down easily. The entire military waits upon his orders, from the War Council down to the rank and file. What better blade than he to strike down the enemies of the Empire?
Your honor reminds me of Zect 2 years since. He, too, put his trust in Lord Vane's strength, and what became of him? Gone without a trace since Nabudis.
I will not hear you malign Judge Zect. He was a noble warrior. Or do you think his trust in Lord Vane ill-placed?
Vane took 2 of his own brothers' lives. He is ruthless beyond contempt.
Ruthless, you say? Would he were more so. He gives traitors no quarter, be they of his own blood. How fitting for one who would bear the burden of empire.
But could we bear him? Zagabath, what of you? Surely you do not believe his brothers were traitors?
So found His Excellency Lord Gramis, you would do well to mind your tongue, Drace. That matter is long past.
Your Honors, a summons. Lord Vane has arrived at the palace.
We come at once.
Lord Larsa has left for Baromises. He hopes to enlist the aid of the Grand Kiltius in stopping the insurgents. I doubt this will be enough to deter Ondor, but even a slight hindrance to his operations would be welcome. This will delay the Rosarian invasion, and we will have bought much-needed time to shore up our defenses.
Just as His Excellency had hoped.
No matter the result, I'm pleased with the young lord's progress. I can already see the stunned faces of those mud-witted senators. The fools think a child emperor's strings easy to pull from the shadows. But they will find that Lord Larsa is no puppet.
Yes, the senators would be most pleased with a puppet for an emperor. Recall, Drace, how the Senate fears and despises Lord Vane's ability. When they realize the truth, that Lord Larsa is no docile lamb to be shepherded, they will bare their teeth and devour him.
You're right. I shall speak on this matter with His Excellency at once. Gabranth, it falls to us to protect Lord Larsa. Are we agreed?
Aye.
Chocobo music, the perfect way to start up after that scene. Alright, before we move on though,